In this video, I want to talk about why a comic book collector, a comic book reader, should talk about AI and politics around it. Well, not just we should, but we must.
Okay, your day has come. People who think comic books are literature. People who are stuck in an everlasting childhood.
Bill, you pompous ass. I know, this video, it's been out, what, 7 years ago? Bill, I hope for your sake, you have found some good comic books to read. Just in case you haven't, I'm going to introduce you to two comic book stories that's been around since what? 1950s? Early 1950s. These stories will give you some insight, you know, how to get in touch with your human self. Make you a better judge of the situation. These two stories that are told back in 1953 is relevant now and will be relevant tomorrow. If you read this, you will not only grow old, but you'll finally grow wiser. Comic book fans, comic book readers, comic book collectors, today is the judgment day. Don't worry, you are the judges. Those two stories are reprinted in here. This particular book collects stories from EC Comics, and also this one features artist Joe Orlando. Oh, guess the title of the first story. Huh? All right, let's look at this book. Judgment Day. Oh, there's a Joe Orlando right there. Let's look at Judgment Day. Okay. Story by William M. Gaines, Art Feldstein, script by Art Feldstein, and art by Joe Orlando. I think William M. Gaines is a publisher, and Art Feldstein did a lot of writing for E3, EC, not E3, EC. And let's go to the 29. Now, you notice that this book is black and white, original world color. I actually like black and white art. It shows off the art better for me because some of those press machine, you know, they do a poor job of printing color. But this particular story needs a color. You know what I mean. Let me go over some of the panels. Hopefully, each panel that I share will tell a whole story, or at least summarize it. Welcome, man, to Sabrina, to the planet of mechanical life. More like a artificial intelligence, right? I'm going to call it AI. AI, guys. I'm Tartan from Earth Colonization. I'm here to inspect if I found that you're ready. We are ready. We have labored long and hard to perfect our society. We have experimented and discovered, planned and built, asked and answered. We are ready. Do you know who I am? You are Tartan from Earth. You are representative of our original creators. If you find that we are ready, all of the wonders and greatness of Earth will be ours. Quite right. Thousands of years ago, we placed a small handful of you upon this planet. This small handful was given the know how to build more of you. We left you to yourselves. We hope that in time you will develop a society worthy of inclusion in Earth's great galactic republic. At that time, all of our scientific advances, our glory, will become yours. So the robot starts showing him, hey, we got this, we got that, we got this, showing all that off. The building is our construction line and an assembly plant where our population is made. Stop here. I would like to see it. I hope I'm giving the C3PO vibe because that's what I get out of this. He looks like a C3PO, right? Anyway, this is the parts department where our units are constructed. I see only orange workers. What about blue robots? Oh, we make only orange robots here. The blue robots, well, I'll take you their plant later. I see. Shall we go on? Here's the internal units. Motors, magnet, relays, power supplies, and so forth are installed. No improvements on the original design, I see. No, we did not attempt it. These models will be exactly like the originals. It's amazing how much they got right about our AI. Sure, we feed them all knowledge available to our society via internet, in that large language model. But all it can do is copy our art, copy our writing, nothing original. So apparently, inspector is pretty impressed with the presentation, right? But he said, "Hey, what about blue robots?" So he said, "Oh well, blue robots, we gotta go to Blue Town," and they had to go to a bus stop, and you'll see the orange and blue people. But let me go ahead. Here, Tartan trying to go to back of the bus. No, no, up here in front. Oh yes, I see. Let me start with the narration first here on this one. Soon, the mobile bus entered a city section of the city. Buildings no longer shine. The streets were crowded with the blue robots. And this is Blue Town? Yes, there's the plant, the blue assembly plant. So we go through the how the blue robots construct. And here's something that notice, my friend, they use the same alloy in their parts as you do. I see, I see. Notice the internal units, my friend, the same designs, the original designs, no improvement, no difference, exactly like yours. We know, Tartan. So you see where the story is going. It's a pretty straightforward story. The message is pretty blunt, actually. It's a story about these two robot race. Well, not even the same race. One's color blue, one's color orange. and they made a class for each race, um, which wasn't race. It was showing how artificial this class system was. But they learn from us, you humans. So anyway, the actual plot twist is on this last panel. This astronaut, the inspector, told them, "Hey, you guys not ready yet. You know, until you learn to live with each other as equal partner, you're not ready for our, you know, our glory yet." There was hope, but not yet. And as he's taking off going back to planet Earth, he take off his helmet, and it happens to be Black Man, beautifully drawn by Joe Lando. And not only this was a plot twist, it became a controversial. And to me, that's a unfortunate plot twist.
Stuck in an everlasting childhood.
Before I get into that plot twist, I need to read something for Bill. Back in those days, they had fan letters that you could send and have a comic book company publish it. I'm going to read one of the fan letters regarding this story. There's a bunch of fan letters here. This one I thought might be of interest. I realize you have been battling in the sea of comics to try to do better things. You have certainly succeeded in Judgment Day, which should be required reading for every man, woman, and child in the United States. You have done a splendid thing here and deserve the highest commendation. Signed by Ray Bradbury, famous novelist. Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill. Unfortunate plot twist. Judgment Day was published in Weird Fantasy issue number 18 back in 1952. That letter I read you was from Weird Fantasy number 20. A lot of people sent in letters saying, "Wow, good job, good job." But not everybody was a fan of that story. 1954, this group came up, not government. They came up and said, "Hey, we need to protect our children. These comic books are bad for children. It's not for kids." Yeah. So opposite problem of Bill here. They say, so this Comic Code Authority came about and they start censoring comic books. 1956, our first time tried to put a comic book stories through Incredible Science Fiction number 33. And this CCA czar, guy's name is Charles Murphy, no relation to Murphy's Law. He denied one of the story in the issue and said, "Hey, You cannot have atomic mutants in your stories.
Nothing for you.
So Art Feinstein and William Gaines decided, well, why don't we just put in our old trusty Judgment Day as a backup story. Just let's reprint that. They didn't have much time, so that's what they did. Well, Mr. Murphy decided, no, you cannot have a.
Nothing for you.
I'm part of William Gaines for this. He said, what? You didn't have, Comic Code Authority had no restriction on a black person being a protagonist. If you don't put that stamp on my comic book, I'm gonna take it to the press. I guess at that time, press mattered. I'm gonna take it to the press, and you're just a bunch of racists at CCA. Murphy decided, okay, you can have your stamp. Will you go ahead and change that? Take that sparkle off his face and his forehead. Well, William and Feinstein decided to F it, and they left that alone in the reprint. Well, of course, this Murphy guy got pretty vindictive. Again, he's no relation to Murphy's Law.
Nothing for you. Nothing for you. Nothing for you.
He told them, no, you cannot have this, you cannot have this. Made really tough for EC Comic Books to publish their stories. So William Gaines said, F it, I'm just not going to get into comic book business, too much censorship. He's just going to stick with his magazine company, MAD. Because of that, the last comic book by EC is this one right here. Incredible Science Fiction, issue number 33. Yeah, it's been 75 years since that book's been published. CCA lasted for a long time. I think he finally got defunct in 2011 on there. That thing has been, yeah, that lasted a long time too, didn't it? The need for such a censorship. Imagine if more children were allowed to read stories like that back in those days. How these people have grown old by now, of course, but also grown wiser to elect a leader that will promote this artificial line between fair-skinned people and dark-skinned people. Yeah. We are not in a society where the astronaut came from. We are those robots. We are those robots that could easily be programmed to think that there is a real line between dark-skinned people and fair-skinned people. And it will never change their programming. No improvements on the original design, I see. No, we dare not attempt it. These models will be exactly like the originals. That is the unfortunate plot twist.